What is up, everybody? It's Mason and Drew from Car Confections, and as you can probably tell from the video title, we have a little bit of an exciting announcement for everyone who watches the channel and is a big fan of ours. We will be selling my 2018 Hyundai Elantra, and you might be curious as to why we're selling it and what we're going to get. There's going to be a lot of really cool announcements coming up soon, so we're not going to spoil everything in this video. There will be following videos about what we're going to get, talk about why we got it and all that good stuff. But for now, we're just going to announce that we're selling the Elantra and why we're selling it at this particular time.
So let's start off with the why. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you've probably heard something about the chip shortage, the skyrocketing used car prices, stuff like that. And that basically is where this came from, was the fact that with the used car prices going up, you can get sometimes crazy values for a used vehicle.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you what the price on that soon enough, but let's just say there's some big numbers being offered for used vehicles, including 2018 Hyundai Elantras.
Yeah.
Which was definitely a very encouraging factor to go ahead and look for something new.
Yeah. So the 2018 Elantra was my very first vehicle, and I've had it for 4 years. It's a 2018 model. We bought it in December of 2017, and we got a really, really, really crazy good deal on it. So back then they were discounting the Elantras a lot, and we also got like a college grad discount. We combined that with a lot of different things to end up getting the vehicle on the road at $14,550. And you heard that right.
Yes.
On the road at $14,550.
And that's stickered at what?
And it's stickered at $20,100. So really that is an insane deal. So that in essence has really made owning the vehicle almost free for the 4 years. And you know, when I heard about all of the news with the car market, and obviously we do car reviews for a living, so it's very difficult to get a new car to even review. This obviously, the idea kind of popped in my head, hey, might be a good time to part ways with my Elantra just because of how crazy valued they are. So the Kelley Blue Book on the Elantra is it's around about $15,500 for a 18 Elantra with around 20,000 miles, all the way up to around $17,500, just depending on where you sell it, private party, used car values, if it's excellent condition or good condition. So as you can tell, that's at a profit on something that is 4 years old with 20,000 miles, which is pretty insane. And with those really high KBB values, we ended up just taking it to the dealership, and when we went to trade it in, we ended up getting $16,000 on a trade-in, which, as you can tell, that is at a profit from what I paid for it, and it's also on a trade-in. So one of the important things to consider with a trade-in, at least in the state of Kentucky, is that you don't have to pay tax on the new vehicle minus the trade-in value. So that in essence saves you almost $1,000 on a new car purchase just in the tax benefit, with subtracting that $16,000 that you have to pay taxes on. So that's pretty much where we came from. And also you could even sell to someone like Carvana, which was offering, I think, around $16,500. It was just better for us to trade with the tax incentive.
Unprecedented. It's just, again, some of the weird things that are going on in our auto industry right now. Particularly the newer used vehicles are really hot. That's what was the factor that's really increased the value of something like a 2018 Elantra, because that is a new vehicle. It only had 18,000 miles, right?
Yes,
18,000 miles on it. It's because with the chips, new cars have become so hard to get that the next thing you fall to when you cannot get a new car that you want is a new
gently used car. Yeah.
So if you can't get a new Elantra, for instance, maybe you want one that's slightly used, like this one that we just traded in. So that right there is really the biggest factor. Obviously, all used cars have gone up a lot, but the ones that impacted the most are those newer used vehicles. So, if you have something that is a newer used vehicle, it's certainly tempting to start to look and trade. Of course, you have to find something else to buy, which is for another discussion. Like I said, we will talk about what we did purchase. Have like
it's an exciting car.
Thing coming out real soon. We'll have like planning a live stream so that you guys can talk to us and we can answer your questions right on the spot. I think that would be fun. And we'll say why we bought it and the process of that, because it's a little challenging these days to find something. But we wanted to talk about first the Elantra, because that's just crazy. Never would you think you'd be able to say that you made a profit on owning a car unless it's like an exotic vehicle or something. A Hyundai Elantra, it's just crazy.
And I do want to also kind of mention here in this video, I'm an economics major at UK, so I guess I'm a little qualified to talk about kind of what is going on with the car market. And a lot of people, when you tell them that you sold it for a profit, they're like scratching their head. I said, what? So it's basically the combination of a lot of different things. In the auto industry, this never ever happens, ever. Like, the best you can really ask for is a low depreciating car. But the combination of a lot of different things with the chip shortage on new cars, the influx of people wanting to buy a new car, economically speaking, people feel like they have more money than ever before, so they're looking for a new car purchase. So you have more people looking to buy a new car, you have less supply of new cars, and you're also having less supply of used cars. So it's basically the principle of supply and demand. There's a high demand for a car, and there's really low supply. I mean, we can tell you from our perspective of reviewing cars, it is almost impossible to even find the cars for you all to see and review, because they sell immediately. Just normal cars, they sell in like 2 or 3 days of hitting the lot. And a popular vehicle like a Kia Telluride, our dealer sold 5 of them in the course of 1 hour. Like, they sold it while we were reviewing it. It's absolutely absurd what people are doing and the extents that they're going to get new vehicles. So it's that combination and whirlwind of all that going on that's making this whole kind of crazy used car market that we've never seen before. But that, of course, does mean it's also very difficult to buy a new car, which we will discuss in our next video about the new vehicle that we did buy. It's just very difficult to find anything. But guys, that is going to be all for this video. We just kind of wanted to make the announcement, talk about the price that we got out of the Elantra, tell you guys how much of a profit we made, how cool that is, that that's even possible. There will be tons more content coming on about the new car that we bought. Like Drew said, we're going to try and do a live stream so we can answer all of you guys' questions. Anything that you want to talk about, we can go ahead and do that. But that will be coming up pretty shortly, so be on the lookout for that, as well as we have a lot of really other cool content coming up. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're a current subscriber, please stay subscribed and stay tuned for our upcoming content.